Let's talk about something that often goes unnoticed in the quest for love and connection: the habits that silently shape how others perceive us. As women, we often focus on enhancing our outward appearance, perfecting our makeup, choosing the right outfit, or styling our hair. While these things matter, the truth is that attractiveness is about so much more than how you look. Imagine this. You've got the perfect dress, your hair and makeup are flawless, yet something feels off. You notice that despite your best efforts, meaningful connections seem just out of reach. Could it be that some of your daily habits, ones you hardly notice, are holding you back? Habits that subtly make you less appealing to men, no matter how beautiful you are on the outside. It's time to dive deep. In this discussion, we're exploring 5 habits that can impact your emotional, social, and relational appeal. These aren't just about what you do. They're about how you make others feel and how you connect emotionally. By identifying these habits and making small but powerful changes, you can transform your relationships and rediscover your inner radiance. Number 1. Constant complaining or negative attitude. Negativity is like a cloud that hovers over you, often unnoticed but felt by everyone around you. Have you ever had a day where everything seemed to go wrong and venting felt like the only way to cope? That's normal. We all have those days. But when venting becomes a habit, it changes how people see you, especially men. Think about this. You're sitting across from someone who constantly complains about their work, the weather, or their friends. How does it make you feel? Exhausted? Frustrated? Now, imagine if that someone was you. Men are drawn to women who exude positivity, resilience, and emotional strength. Constant negativity sends the message that you might not be ready to face life's challenges with grace, and that can be a major turn-off. How this impacts men. Men naturally gravitate toward women who inspire and uplift them. When you focus on the negatives, it doesn't just affect your mood, it affects the energy you bring into every interaction. Negativity can make you seem unapproachable, draining, or even emotionally immature. The fix. Whenever you catch yourself focusing on what's going wrong, pause. Ask yourself, what's one thing I can do to improve this situation? Reframing your mindset from problem-oriented to solution-focused makes a huge difference. Positivity isn't about ignoring problems, it's about facing them with hope and confidence. Men admire women who can find the silver lining, even on the darkest mood days. Number 2. Neglecting self-care. Self-care is more than a buzzword, it's an act of self-love and respect. Yet, in the rush of daily life, it's often the first thing to fall by the wayside. Neglecting self-care doesn't just affect how you feel about yourself. It sends subtle messages to those around you. Imagine showing up for a date or an event without having taken the time to feel your best. Your hair is messy, your clothes are wrinkled, and your energy feels low. Even if the man sitting across from you doesn't say anything, he's picking up on these signals. Lack of self-care suggests that you might not value yourself enough to prioritize your well-being, and that can be a deal breaker. The emotional impact. Men are naturally drawn to women who value and respect themselves because it shows confidence and independence. Neglecting self-care can unintentionally communicate insecurity or a lack of self-respect. The fix. Start small. Incorporate small acts of self-care into your routine, like a soothing skincare ritual, regular exercise, or wearing clothes that make you feel empowered. Remember, self-care isn't about being perfect. It's about showing yourself the same love and attention you'd give to someone you care deeply about. A woman who takes care of herself radiates confidence, and that's irresistible. Number 3. Playing emotional games. The idea of being mysterious or hard to get has been glamorized for decades, but let's be honest, it rarely works in the long run. Playing emotional games like giving the silent treatment, acting disinterested, or testing a man's affection might create temporary intrigue, but it ultimately damages, trust. When you play games, it creates an environment of confusion and frustration. Instead of drawing him closer, it pushes him away. Emotional manipulation often signals insecurity or emotional immaturity, two traits that are unattractive to men seeking a meaningful connection. The fix. Ditch the games. If you like someone, show it. If you're upset, communicate it. Authenticity builds trust and deepens emotional intimacy. A woman who is straightforward about her feelings demonstrates maturity, which men find incredibly appealing. Number 4. Over-reliance on social media. Social media is a double-edged sword. While it can be a fun way to connect with others, overusing it, especially as a source of validation, can harm how men perceive you. Constantly checking likes, comparing yourself to others, or seeking online approval signals. Insecurity. How men see it. When your confidence hinges on the opinions of strangers online, it suggests that you lack self-assurance. Men are attracted to women who are comfortable in their own skin, women who don't need external validation to feel good about themselves. The fix. Take a step back, limit your social media use and focus on building self-confidence offline. When you invest in your own growth, hobbies and relationships, you naturally become more secure and attractive. True confidence shines brighter than any perfectly curated Instagram post. Number 5. Poor communication. Finally, let's talk about communication. The cornerstone of every successful relationship. Poor communication doesn't just frustrate men, it creates a wall between you and the connection you're trying to build. Why this matters. When you struggle to express your thoughts and emotions clearly, it leaves men guessing. This can make you seem emotionally unavailable or uninterested, even if that's not your intention. Over time, the lack of clarity can lead to misunderstandings, arguments, and even breakups. The fix D. Practice. Open, honest communication. Share your feelings calmly and directly, and don't be afraid to ask for what you need. Men appreciate a woman who can express herself confidently and listen with empathy. Communication is the glue that holds relationships together. Master it, and you'll find deeper, more meaningful connections. Final thoughts. The power of small changes. Attractiveness isn't just about physical beauty, it's about energy, confidence, and emotional depth. By addressing these 5 habits, you can transform not only how men perceive you, but also how you perceive to yourself. Ask yourself, are these habits holding me back? If the answer is yes, remember that change is within your reach. Small, intentional shifts can make a world of difference in your relationships and self-esteem. True beauty begins on the inside, and when you embrace that, it radiates outward, captivating everyone around you. So, take this journey of self-discovery and growth. You're worth it, and the love and connection you're seeking are closer than you would to think.